Hello, beloved friends and family. Is it recording?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for being here today to help me celebrate my 30th birthday, this double quinceañera, and the beginning of my third decade of life. Yeah. Those of you who have been at past birthday celebrations probably know about this tradition where I end up giving a speech at some point in the night. Today is no different, as another trip around the sun has, of course, brought with it wisdom. That was a joke. But don't worry, I only started working on this speech today. For better and worse. I've already begun, but as with all things, I want to start with gratitude. I'm grateful for my parents, for my brother, my sister-in-law, my nephew, for all the love and support that my family has shown me, and all the ways that they've supported me and continue to support me. I'm grateful for all of my friends, especially my roommates, who allowed this gathering to happen. Especially grateful to all of you who are here with me today. But I also know that there are plenty of folks who have had an outsized effect on my life who were not able to be here tonight. I'm grateful for all of the various ways that love and friendship and community have manifested in my life. Truly, I mean it sincerely when I say I only know that the love of God is real because I have seen your faces and your love outpoured for me. I think that's the real message that I need to leave you all with tonight. As many of you know, my close personal friend, Pope Leo XIV, dropped an encyclical earlier this week called Magnificat Humanitas, which literally means magnificent humanity. I know, what a wild early birthday present. An 80-page plus document on the perils of modern digital technology, especially AI, on the working and poor of this world under current circumstances, and the need for all people to work together to disarm AI and provide adequately for all people and care for our Earth. You shouldn't have. But one of the interesting parts of this document that I have been spending time with is that the first 2 of 5 chapters, I really went in depth on this. The first 2 of 5 chapters of this document break down first the history of this tradition of Catholic social teaching, or as we call it, that because it's the social justice teachings of the Catholic Church since the publication of Pope Leo's predecessor's first document, Novarum, which means of new things, even though it was published 135 years ago, through various popes, and it follows up and intentionally supplements encyclicals. And the second chapter talks about all of these tenets of Catholic social teaching. I feel like in so many ways I'd be brought back to undergrad reading this document. But the reason I bring all of this up is because I wanted to quote one thing specifically that Pope Leo says in one of the 5 core tenets that he lays out is this idea of solidarity. And he says, fraternity is not merely an aspiration of believers, but it is a social and political reality to be embodied in communal choices and endeavors. Solidarity, then, is the concrete recognition that the future of each individual is connected to the future of all. Indeed, no one is saved alone. And then he goes on to say the close link between subsidiarity, this concept that, at the level that each one, every problem should be dealt with at the smallest possible level, solidarity thereby becomes evident. When subsidiarity is linked to solidarity, it ends up becoming, when it is not linked to solidarity, it ends up becoming merely the protection of particular interests. When solidarity is not supported by subsidiarity, it denigrates into a form of welfare that does not foster responsibility. But here's the line that I really like. This interconnectedness also pertains to the responsibility of authentic participation. Solidarity is expressed when each person, both individually and collectively, takes part in the life of the community by staying informed, engaging with others, making their voice heard, and contributing to public decisions and choices, while also assuming real responsibility so that the common good is achieved through shared decision-making. what he's saying, right, is that no individual is able to exist in and of themselves. Like, and that's the thing that I'm left with at the end of today, which has been a really beautiful day of remembering all of the great things in my own life. Is that I am a result of all of my friendships with you all. And there's a deep need for community that exists as a result of us acknowledging the ways in which our lives are like deeply bound up in each other. So there's so much darkness in the world. There's so many things that we could look at and be upset about and be sad about. And there's plenty of reasons to be upset, and there's plenty of reasons to be sad. And there's lots of work to be done. But in the midst of all of that work, it is good to remember that we are not alone in any of this. More importantly, that we have never been alone. And to rely on the strength of that interconnectedness. And to use that as a force to go forward into everything else that we have. Right? The hope in the midst of all the darkness is the fact that we're in this together. And if we can do that, if we can recognize that, there's nothing that we can't do. So, all that is to say, thank you all for being here. It has been a hell of a journey. Here's to at least 10 more.
Yay!